What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? So for my first story this week, it looks like we've got another addition to the James Gunn Superman movie. And it looks like we got it in in Beck Bennett, who is on Saturday Night Live. So now the question is, who is Beck Bennett playing? Well, he is going to be playing the Daily Planet's Steve Lombard. Now, who is Steve Lombard? He's just a reporter at the Daily Planet. I believe he does sports or whatever, but he's this big, macho guy. And Cat Grant is usually, trying to, sleep with him or whatnot and all that stuff. But Beck Bennett is playing this. Now, what do I think about this? First off, I like Beck Bennett. I really do. I think he's a decent actor on SNL. SNL's not the best these days, but I do like Beck Bennett. However, I don't think that this part is really big enough to be all like, ooh, yay, Beck Bennett's in Superman and everything. I'm pretty sure he'll have a pretty small role, if you ask me. It won't be too big. He'll be in there, maybe we'll say tops 10 minutes and everything, which is fine. It's totally fine. Maybe he'll be in the next movie, the Supergirl movie, which I think is right after the Superman movie. And how I feel about them bringing in Steve Lombard is I just don't care, because Steve Lombard is a really small, when you think of the Daily Planet, you don't go, oh, I wonder if Steve Lombard's there and everything. So I think and they have cast Cat Grant in there, so I think that it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see the dynamic of the Daily Planet. One thing I do like journalism when it's done correctly, and it's not these crazy hires they do these days where people are journalists and you're like, yeah, but you really didn't do any research. You just looked on Wikipedia for your research. Come on, honey. But I hope that I always liked that kind of thing that they did in the comic books with Lois Lane, how she would try to figure out a story. It was kind of like a mystery almost, and I hope that they do a little bit of that with this movie. But as far as Beck Bennett goes, I know some people may think that this isn't prestige casting, but it's Steve Lombard. Most people don't know who that is. And he's like this redheaded dude, and he's usually got a porn mustache, and he's big and buff and burly and stuff. And he's literally usually, whenever I read anything and he's in there for maybe 1 or 2 pages. So, he's not a huge character. And if he is, it was in the past or it's in a comic book that I haven't read. Now, as I was saying, some people they may not think that Beck Bennett is prestige casting, but at this point in time, unless it's a huge main character, I don't think we need to be casting these crazy great actors. Who are you going to get for this role that would be prestige? What, Brad Pitt? Get the hell out of here. This is fine. With all these little roles, you can cast people like Beck Bennett from SNL. I'm totally fine with that. And we'll see how this turns out. But so far, like I said, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I trust James Gunn. I like James Gunn's writing. I always have. I pretty much like everything that he's either written or produced. So I trust him with this, and I think that he will pull out a good movie. I liked his Suicide Squad movie. I liked all of his Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And I liked that one little kid. What was that called? Unbreakable or something like that? I can't remember. Please don't yell at me. But it was that little kid that was basically just Superman, just a little kid, but an evil Superman. That movie, I liked that movie, but I think he just produced that one. I don't even think he wrote that one. Did you know? I don't know if you knew this, but did you know he wrote Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, which I thought was pretty good. It's not my favorite of all time, but I thought it was pretty good. So yeah, I've always, except for his Trauma stuff, but I've never seen his Trauma stuff, so I can't talk about that because I've never seen it before. But I do I like Beck Bennett, and I like James Gunn, so I do trust this casting, and I trust James Gunn. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Beck Bennett getting the role of Steve Lombard in the Superman movie? Do you think this is good casting because it's a smaller role, or do you think this is bad casting? Are you somebody that just doesn't like Beck Bennett? I don't think Beck Bennett's a huge Oscar winner or anything like that, but I do think he's at least talented enough to play Steve Lombard, a Daily Prophet, the Daily Planet's, a reporter or whatnot. I think that that's decent enough, you know. Like I said, it'll be as long as a Saturday Night Live sketch, in my opinion. You know, he'll be in there maybe at the end when the bad guys are destroying the plane. He'll be like, huh, what's going on, kind of thing. But I do think this is decent casting, and I have no problem with it. And that's all I got for you guys. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. You guys have a good week. Bye.